The situation surrounding Jordan Peterson right now is not a simple story of sudden collapse, but rather a serious and ongoing health struggle that has recently been made public through updates from his family. And it is this long, difficult, and complicated medical journey that has led to the emotionally charged framing seen in online headlines. According to recent reports shared by his daughter, Peterson has been dealing with a significant neurological condition described as akathisia, a disorder associated with intense inner restlessness and physical discomfort that can make it extremely difficult for a person to sit still or feel calm, and this condition has been linked in discussions to past medical treatments and complications, even though he has reportedly been off psychiatric medication for years, which adds to the complexity of his case and the uncertainty around his recovery process. Over time, his health history has included multiple serious challenges, including earlier periods of medication dependence, withdrawal complications, and other physical illnesses that have required hospitalization and extended medical care, and these issues have contributed to a pattern of fluctuating health rather than a single clear event, which is why updates about him often sound alarming when presented in isolation. Recent information suggests that his condition worsened over the past year, with additional complications such as infections and other health stresses, further affecting his recovery, leading to descriptions of a very difficult and emotionally draining period for both him and his family, who have openly expressed concern about his condition and the challenges involved in managing it. At the same time, it is important to understand that while his current health situation is serious and requires ongoing care, it does not mean a sudden or complete disappearance from public life in the sense implied by dramatic phrases like hard to watch, but rather reflects the reality of a long-term medical struggle where progress can be slow, uneven, and uncertain, especially when dealing with neurological and systemic conditions that affect both physical and mental well-being. Peterson's public identity as an author and psychologist has naturally amplified attention to any health update, and because he has been a highly visible and often controversial figure, even routine or incremental medical information tends to spread quickly and take on heightened emotional interpretation online, which can distort perception of how stable or unstable his actual situation is. In reality, much of what is happening now is centered around medical care, family support, and attempts at stabilization rather than dramatic external events. And while the situation is undoubtedly serious and challenging, it is also part of an ongoing treatment process rather than a sudden, irreversible change. Ultimately, what makes the headlines feel intense is the combination of his past prominence, the medical seriousness of conditions like akathisia, and the emotional framing used in online discussions. But when these elements are separated from sensational language, the picture becomes clearer. Jordan Peterson is currently dealing with a difficult health condition under medical supervision, supported by his family, and navigating a recovery process that is complex but not defined by the exaggerated narratives often seen in viral content.